but yesterday also saw the Nigeria Railway Corporation releasing statements and speaking to the incident that occurred following a train, well, it was a collision, really, around the Asham train station on the Abuja-Kaduna line Monday morning. The managing director of the NRC, Mr. Kayode Okwefa, joins us on the program at the moment to give us an update. Mr. Okwefa, I know you took that train yesterday later on, but chaotic scenes that we saw with a lot of the passengers in the train injured because they didn't see that coming. They were in a train, one of the safest forms of transportation. So by way of update, where are we right now on that particular corridor, and what exactly happened?
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Okay, let me first of all say that this is one accident too many, and also thank God for life. It happened yesterday morning at about 9 a.m., precisely at about 9:16 a.m. The train was coming from Regasa in Kaduna, left Kaduna at about 7:16 a.m. Now, because we have only one break of train working now, we at any time when the train is online, it is moving. So in this particular case, there was one engine, and our protocol requires 2 engines. So we have to move the backup engine to go and station ahead of the train on its movement to Abuja. So when the train got to Jere, the backup engine was attached, and the train continued its movement towards Asham on its way to Idu. At about just that 9:16 a.m., probably there was a detachment of the attached engine, and it hits the power car, the one supplying electricity to the train. And that hit the last coach, SP006, that was attached to it. And that caused train shutdown, and that was the situation. And a total of 26 people have been registered as injured. The train continued its journey at about 30 minutes after the incident. The 30 minutes was meant to remove the accidented 3 engines, that is the locomotive that caused it, the power car, and the coach. And passengers were moved into the other 5 coaches. At Kubwa, which was the next stop, the seriously injured, or those that needed immediate medical attention, were disembarked and taken to an hospital in Kubwa, while the rest of the passengers and some others injured were taken to Idu. At Idu, precisely at about, I think it's about 10:39 a.m., the train arrived in Idu, and the remaining passengers who were injured, about 17 now, 5 were dropped at Kubwa, 17 at Idu, and later we got a total of 26 injured. They were also taken to hospital at Idu by the medical team. They were first aid, then taken to hospital. The trip that was next was to be at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. The trip was delayed by about 3 hours, and the train resumed its operation and took passengers, about 640 passengers, to Kaduna. And it arrived at Kaduna at about 5:33 p.m. Thereafter, the train continued its journey back to Idu and arrived Idu at 8:58 p.m. I followed the train from Idu to Regasa, Kaduna, and I followed the train from Kaduna back to Idu. just to show that the train still had to. And it was unfortunate. And this morning we will evaluate the situation of the damaged equipment. We will also evaluate our processes. Also yesterday, NSIB showed up. Immediately there was a phone call, and we discussed, and we waited for them to come before anything was done at the site. So they made the site assist. And when they concluded their preliminary assessment, we were given the go-ahead, and we cleared the line, and we proceeded. That's the situation. So also yesterday, our customer care department for unit also contacted the 26 people that we have documented.
Right.
And,
so, Mr. Okpeifa,
part of our process, they will follow.
So just quickly, let's be clear. What exactly is responsible for this? I mean, you've given us the update. Is it mechanical fault? Is it old infrastructure? Is it lack of maintenance? Because this is not something you'd expect to happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to clearly state, but it's nothing from the track. What we suspected, because investigation is ongoing, is that the coupling, the attachment of the engine, the backup engine at Jere, might be, mind my words, might be that it detached or whatever. But what we know is that that engine hit the front. Ordinarily, that shouldn't happen because I was supposed to be like a buffer. The system has a buffering system that locks up, and let's wait for more investigation within days in this case, because it was within the same rake. I don't want to say a lone train engine, a lone rake. Let me call it. The rake is a complete set of locomotive and coaches, so it's a lone rake engine. Our own thinking is that there might have been the coupling and then the fast move that hit the power car. But we are conducting our own investigation. The NSIB is also conducting its own investigation. And I believe it will be a fast one.
But from what you're saying, there are already indications as to what may have been responsible, even ahead of the release of the report, either from your end or from the NSIB end. And, you know, this is reminiscent of the report presented by the Bureau last year, you know, fingering faulty sweepers, lack of training, poor equipment as, you know, some of the challenges of the corporation. Is the corporation doing an audit of the equipment of the, you know, under the care and custody of the corporation, such that we can know what the challenges are and what are the requirements for overhaul of the equipment of the railway corporation, such that this doesn't happen again in the future?
Okay, thank you very much. Let me first make a correction. We always, we've seen allusion to the media report as detailed from the report of NSIB of the Asham August 26 accident. Now, I think we await their conclusion on that. But what I want to say is that we don't have problem with training. We don't have problem with maintenance with regards to that accident. The equipment that was regarded as not, they only said it is not the OEM. And from our engagement with them, it's like the report was largely misinterpreted by the media. But that is left for NSIB to clarify. On the current structure, don't forget, sometimes last year we shut down Wari Itakpe for 60 days to fix the track. The reason why we shut it down was to be proactive in ensuring that the track were put in proper condition. So if we view any situation is unsafe, we will shut down. And that is why the trip yesterday was to demonstrate that the corridor is safe, the equipment are okay. Yes, there are issues of much deeper repairs that are needed within the equipment of the corporation, especially along the Abuja-Kaduna, Warri, Itakpe, and Lagos-Ibadan axis. But by and large, every organization has its own teaching period. I took up this assignment around January 30th, 2025, and I can tell you that what we are focused is to make safety a priority.
Right.
And that is why we do not hesitate to shut down any line when we suspect anything. And in this case, I believe this is an avoidable accident.
All right.
And that what we need to do is to continuously make sure that we have a zero record of accidents.
Well, Mr. Kayode, we have to thank you for the update. All eyes naturally on the NRC, but please get back to us as soon as you have more insight into this to ensure that we have safety across all corridors and Nigerians can travel. We know that you've increased some of the routes, so at a time like this, what we want is more routes, at least more travels and less of these incidents. We've been speaking with the MD and CEO of the Nigeria Railway Corporation, Mr. Kayode Okpeifa. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Charles, and I do appreciate you.
Well, that's an update on the situation. We continue to monitor what is playing out in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, after the coordinated suicide attacks yesterday, leaving 23 people dead and many more, over 100 injured. But we'll take a moment now. I'll bring you the front pages in a moment. Stay with us.